Hey everybody, and welcome to this beginner tutorial on how to texture paint a Sci-Fi Security keypad in 3D code. If you want this model, I will leave a link for y'all in the descriptions for where you can get it. So as you can see over here, I have designed this model in Blender, but I've textured it in 3D code. So this tutorial will be much more simpler because I'll only be using the PBR materials and textures 3D code has already given to us. So we will not be importing any new textures or any materials, so it'll be much more simpler. So enjoy. So we're going to be starting with a new startup file in 3D code. So we're just going to press X over here, and if you want to change your HDR, like if your HDR is different from mine, you can change it over here by just clicking here. There's panoramic icon, and you can click whatever HDR you want. Right now I am using the lost HDR 3D code is given to us, so I'm using 3D 4.8, 3D code 4.8. so if you're not using this one, then maybe you might not have it, but yeah. So let's get started. So we're gonna start by importing our model into 3D code. So I prefer that you export your models in an FBX file format because these formats are easily exported. It exports the model without adding any extra problems to it, like any errors or something like that. So it's preferable that you export in FBX format. So where did I put that? Oh yeah, so I'm going to open my model. Again, the notification, the scrub view said it's too big. Press OK and just click. Since I'm using Blender, I'll use the normal map software for Blender normal map. So you can either use, if you're using 3ds Max or Unity or Unreal Engine or ZBrush, you can use whichever one you want. So yeah, I don't want to add any subdivisions. It's fine. Auto mapping, because it showed me that notification, and no smoothing. And my texture quality right now, just leave it on 1024 because of the recorder. And I'll name this security keypad. Yes, security keypad. Now from there we're gonna wait till my model is imported. Because I clicked auto mapping, it's gonna take quite a while, so it's not a problem if it takes a while for you too. But okay, that was quite quick, and my model's been imported. So there is my model, you know, with everything it has, no textures baked, nothing. It's freshly here. So what I want to do, you can press the number 4 to see your model's wireframe mode, and it's going to show you these, your geometry, your lines. So far I like my model's lines, my wireframe mode, my geometry. It's really good. So you can press 4 again to remove that, and then you can come to textures up here and click calculate occlusion. This has to always be done because your PBR painting, it needs to know where the shadows are on your model. So we can just wait for that. So my occlusion has just finished baking, and you can see now there's some ambient occlusion around my model, around my mesh, and I like it. And if you come around here on the layers panel, oh man, I've got so many layers. Where is that ambient occlusion? Oh yeah, you can see ambient occlusion, and you can view it. It's hidden now, and so you can see the ambient occlusion working. Let me just delete some of my layers because I've got quite a number of them. Okay, I just had to fix that, sorry for that. And now we're going to go and calculate the curvature map. This is where the model has curves around, so it's going to calculate this really quick. So let it calculate. So my curvature has just been calculated, and as you can see over here, it's not visible. So if you want to see what your curvature parts look like on your model or on your mesh, you can press okay, you can just press the I, and you can see it shows you where the curves are on your model. Where this is mainly very important for metal, where the metal is fading a little bit, but this is your curvature map and it shows really well. So from this point, yeah, you can hide that layer again, and yeah, we're gonna be on layer 1, and you can just name this layer base. So now we'll be getting into the fun part. So as you can see over here, we're on smart materials, and it's on metals. If you want to know how to get here, if you're probably on default, you can click your default and come to the metals section. So metal. So since it's a metallic model, I want to use some really nice some metal PBRs over here. So we've got some nice ones here that I like, and ones you probably like. So for this mesh, I want to use the metal old one. I think that's really going to work well with it. So we click on metal old, and it's going to show us the smart material preview panel. So from there, we drag it here to see what our mesh is going to look like if we add the material. And it's showing us what it's going to look like, and this looks really nice actually. So it looks good. You can either choose to name this metal or whatever, but I prefer naming it base. You come to the fill tool, you can click that, and from there we will, yeah, it's fine, you can use whatever here. You can just click on that, and you can just click fill. You can click on it and it'll fill automatically. Now there, our model has some paint on it finally, some metal, something. So initially on this mesh, I separated some of the curves so I can give them their own metal color. So around here, these rims, if you press 4, these rims are will also be separated. I will press 4 again, and I come up here. I've got metal dark. So with that, I'm gonna click it, and I'm gonna fill this part around the rims. And yeah, the rims have been filled, and that looks nice. I like it. So also around which section? Around this section here near the keypad. So click that, and it's going to fill it. Now that looks nice. So initially these other parts were darker than the actual keypad. So I want to use a darker one. I want to use metal gun, or which one is this? Okay, I just want to use the metal gun, not the metal gun old. You have all these materials because 3D Code has given you all these materials, so it's going to be really simple. So from there, we're going to paint here, and just fill that. Nice. Also fill that. Nice. That's starting to look more like what it's supposed to look like. Now we want to work on the buttons. So the buttons, you can use, since that's dark, we can use metal old just to give it another color. And you can click that, and if you want to see how it looks, you can click on Smart Material Preview. And that looks fine. Yeah, that looks really fine. So you can just fill the buttons here, fill, fill, fill. Just keep on filling until you're done, you know. Now, because the button is supposed to be rubbery, we're gonna add another layer to that. We're gonna make a new layer, and we're gonna call this buttons, because it's for the buttons. Buttons rubber, actually. Buttons rubber. yeah, we can call that that, and then we can come to the materials, and we're not going to actually use the rubber, we're going to use a custom made one. So we're going to use, I think, plastic. Let's check plastic. No, so let's go to leather. I have my own custom made ones that I use, so don't have a problem with that. Oh no, let's go to paint. It's in paint. Yes, it's in paint. We're gonna use paint, and then from there we'll scroll down. I want to use one of these old grainy. It says paint old and grainy, so I'll use the paint old and grainy because, you know, I want to give it that old vibe or something like that. So since it's like this, since it's got this green, orange, blue random color, it means it's using, if you right click on that and go to Smart Material Editor, it's using the module over there. So it's set on modulate. So if you click replace, it's going to use the color that you put over here. So if I click this color here, and then I can change it here. But this is mainly for when you're just PBR making a new texture. So I don't really want that. I just want to use the colors over here, so I can change it anytime. So I'm gonna click modulate, and it's gonna become that again. But I already have it there. So if you want that, I'll press cancel, and from there I'm gonna come over here, and since mine has an X, it's because I pressed right click. I've temporarily disabled it, but if you press right click again, it's now you can use it. So from there we can come here, and we want to close to black color. So color saturation, that's click 0. Okay, then decrease the lightness a little bit, so like around here, yeah, around there. Wait, let me just drop it a little bit. Yeah, that looks nice. And press OK. Now, since we're on top, we can just fill that. So you can fill that, and then you can fill this, and fill that, and then that, and that, and that, and that. Yeah. So you fill them. Now I want these two over here to use a different color. So I'm going to come up here and click that, and I want it to use an orangey color, you know. So we'll just drop it there. Yeah, just drop the color a little bit. It looks nice. And just yeah, that's perfect. Then put that over and put that over. Now that looks okay. Now I want a darker. That one I'm more ready. Yeah, just put that over there. Put that over there. So yeah, that looks more like it. And then also on the sides here, we're gonna add some metal. So you can go to the metal part. We're gonna be using, and we're also gonna be using the metal gun. So you can see the difference between the parts of the keypad. So from there you can see what it's gonna look like, and that looks fine. So you can just, oh yeah, I have to go to the base layer and click that, and that's been clicked, and also on that one. Now you also want to texture the screws. So I realized that most sci-fi models have such screws, so I added them, and they have a certain way of being textured to make them look realistic. So just come to this one, metal dark. That looks good enough. Metal dark, and you can preview what it's going to look on your screws, and that looks really fine. So you can click that, but we're not done with the screws at this point because they look too shiny. You can click that, and you can also click that. So from there, our model is coming together really well now. So now we're gonna want to add some realistic dirt, you know, because it looks really clean at this point. But if you like it like this, you can. But that's not the point of this tutorial. So we are gonna add another layer above the buttons rubber. We're gonna call this dirt. From there, you can go to the dirt part. And let's see which ones do I like. Okay, I like I want to use dirt 2. Let's see how that looks. Okay. If you click on that, let's see how it looks. It looks good, you know. It makes the stuff look way more realistic if you want to see some more. Great. Oh, you can use dirt 1. I think dirt 1 is a bit more lighter. So yeah, we're gonna use dirt 1. So just fill that too. Now the screws are starting to look much more realistic, like they're part of the model. So from there, I also want to fill this part of the model. I just want to fill this too. You can fill that, and yeah, it looks really good. It's starting to come together really nice. So from here, now we're going to be adding some numbers to our touchpad, something like that. So you can come, okay, no, not buttons rubber. You can come to button rubber and create another layer, and you can call this numbers, or just num. Yeah. And then from there, we can go to the top view and see how it looks. You can press 5 to go to top view, and then you can click on these on the split text tool. If you click that, you have to make, okay, so wait, yeah, sure. So you can use that, and then you can come click on the font you want to use. So from there, you can click on the font you want to use, and I want to use TW-CENT-MT. I want that, and I'm going to use the regular one. So yeah, that looks nice. Wait, let me go down a little bit. Yeah, okay, yeah, I want to use a regular one. And I want to type in the text here, which is enter text. I want to put the number 1. Press OK, and then we can zoom in a little bit to see more. And what we're going to be using is what come to default? No. We're going to use the paint, yes. Okay, let's just use this paint old. Okay, no, I do not know what's this is a normal one I've made for myself, but you can use whichever you want. And then we'll zoom in a little bit there. Then from here, we're gonna click on this point to this point, and it's showing you what number it is. So because of the color here, we don't want that. We can change this color to white 0, and just drop the color a little bit so it looks a little bit normal, not too bright. And then you can come here to the scale part, and you can scale your number a little bit lower, and then move it to the side and rotate it if you want, but I don't want to rotate it, so it looks good enough. And then from there, and press enter, and if you see, it has added your number. So now we're going to do number 2. Right, 2 over there, and if it's rotated a little bit off, you can rotate it So I want the two to look like that. Good. Press enter. Okay, I see the problem here. Control Z and rotate it. Make sure the line is straight. It's got no jaggedness to it. So go there and press 2. Now it's more straight. And then we're going to come down here and press 3. Enter 3. Great. Now for this part, I want to use a different one for these two. So here I'm gonna move this to the side, and I'm gonna press the key at the bottom. If I hold Shift and press that, yeah, that's the key I want to use. And then I'm gonna come to the width modulator and just increase that a little bit. Just press OK. Increase that a little bit. Now that looks good. And I'm gonna want to make this black, because so you can stand out a little bit. And I'm gonna press enter. And I'm gonna go back here and click on the other one, and then move that to the side. And also press enter again. Great. Now we've got our numpad. Looks fine. Looks good enough. Looks really fine. So from here we're gonna texture this part here. We're just gonna make it black also. So just go back to base. We're gonna make this black. No, I mean fill tool. We're gonna make this black. Now that's how that looks. That looks fine. And if you want to, you can. If you want to, but because I'm gonna be using this in another program, I don't think I need to texture these lights. But if you want to, you can. You can either go to default, and you can I already made this, but you can use the basic one, and you can come here and change the color to green and texture that, and go to red. And also texture that. Then the rest of the lights, I'll texture them later on when I use the other program. And as you can see, our model has come together really well, and I like it. So thank you guys for watching this tutorial. And if you like this tutorial, you can subscribe and like or comment. And I promise you to drop more tutorials on 3D code. And please keep on supporting me. If you want the model, I'll leave a link in the description. So thank you.